8:45. Good morning. What was I going to do now? Oh, yeah, we're going to do the Seema thing from New York. Seema Kotecha, that's her name.
She's been on the streets of the Big Apple.
She has indeed. Well, she's been walking around Manhattan with a tape machine. She might have done... you might have heard this last week. She was, first of all, looking for people who've heard of the show by asking if they know who I was.
Do you know who Chris Moyles is?
Who?
Chris Moyles?
No, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
And then she went asking if people had heard of Dominic.
Have you heard of a newsreader called Dominic Byrne?
Dominic Byrne? No.
There you go. Anyway, she's been up to her old tricks again, Dave.
What's she done this time?
Well, I actually don't know. So this is going to be as much a surprise for you, the audience, and as it will be for me. So these are the Seema clips. Let's play Seema Setup.
We've come to Central Park in the middle of Manhattan. Lots of people walking their dogs, others sat on benches enjoying the summer sunshine. So we're going to be asking people whether they can come up with the jingle for Chris and the breakfast team.
Oh, God. Seriously.
I told you she'd lost the plot a little bit.
Do you know what's really funny about all of this is the fact that Seema obviously comes from this, and she's right, this world of radio where you have to describe the scene. She can't help but do it in every time she does it. Have you noticed?
So this is Newsbeat's US reporter Seema Kotecha in Manhattan.
Yeah,
The mission
Manhattan.
for today is to find as many Chris Moyles fans as possible. So here goes.
There you go. And there's the sound effect. Okay, so Seema is going up to people asking them if they can come up with a jingle for the show. Now, bearing in mind that most people in New York haven't heard of the show, this is going to be interesting.
Chris Moyles on the breakfast show. Something like that.
That was great.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love me some Chris Moyles because I live in New York City. When can the New Yorkers see your show?
So this is your moment. Millions of people listening. The jingle for Chris Moyles' breakfast show. Off you go.
And I would walk 500 Chris miles and I would watch Chris Miles' breakfast show.
Right.
Just to be the man to watch Chris Miles' show till I walk out the breakfast door.
I didn't know that the Proclaimers were that well known in New York City.
Yeah. So this is a bit awkward. Not only am I not called Chris Miles,
But actually, the worst bit is the fact that Seema's not pulled them up on it.
and also it's not called the Chris Miles Breakfast Show either. But I mean, I don't want to take anything away from all the hard work that she's put into this.
How does she get time off her real job to do this?
This is her real job.
Right.
Amazing, isn't it?
And then she found one more lot of people.
Kai, we're the Beatles from New York City, and this is...
They're the who? The Beatles?
The Beatles.
Wow.
Kai, we're the Beatles from New York City.
The Beatles?
Is it the Beatles or the Beatles?
Kai, we're the Beatles from New York City.
And who's
Sounds
Kai?
like it sounds like Kai with the Beatles.
Kai, we're the Beatles from...
I love Kai with the Beatles. They were one of my favourite bands when I was making things up.
Kai, we're the Beatles from New York City, and this is what we'd like to say.
Right.
When I'm in the UK, don't want to see the Royals. When I'm
You know it's coming, don't
in
you?
the UK,
Chris Miles.
I want to see.
I want to hear Chris Moyles. I want to hear Chris Moyles. I want to hear Chris Moyles. I want to hear Chris Moyles.
Woo!
Very nice.
Right.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm no detective, but I suggest what's happened here is that they are in fact a Beatles tribute act called the Meatles.
No, never.
And they are from New York City.
No.
I think the person speaking was called Kai, hence the introduction, hi, it's Kai from the Meatles.
Kai, we're the Beatles from New York City, and this is what we'd like to say.
No, I think he says Kai as in hello. I think that's obviously just his quirky way of saying.
Kai, we're the Beatles from...
I think it's okay and high together.
It is, isn't it? It's
Kai.
okay and high. Kai.
Could you imagine?
Okay, okay and high. Kai.
Kai.
Or oh.
Aye.
Aye.
So what do you think the response would be if we sent someone out on the streets in this country to do that, ask that question? Everybody would just say to go away, wouldn't they?
No, how rude.
Do you reckon?
No.
I think
I would.
Well, Rachel, let's find out. Why don't we get you out of the street today? Why do you go to our
No,
Central
I'm not doing
Park?
that. I delegate it to Matt
No, you come
Fincham.
up with it. This is
But
good.
I'm busy today.
Can I just quote you from Thursday? yesterday in the office, in the studio, we need to come up with some new ideas for this week. Not only have you come up with one, but I think you should go off and make it.
I don't want to, though.
Just go to Regent's Park.
Get Matt to do it.
This is Rachel Jones. I'm stood in Regent's Park. It's a park in London with green things and looks like it has trees. You do that?
Oh, no, I just find it too embarrassing.
Okay, Alad. No, Matt. Let's send Matt out to do it.
I feel bad that we've just said it's too embarrassing and said Matt can do it.
Why? That's
All right,
his role.
It's either him or you.
Then I'll do it.
Yeah?
If it's too embarrassing, don't give it to someone else.
Why?
You know I'm not good at stuff like
If it's
that.
embarrassing, I ain't going to do it.
Well, let's not do the feature then.
Well, no, but
Well,
we
Send,
just give
you'll
it...
be good at it.
I'll do it.
What are you being like that for?
Oh, no, I didn't mean to be like that. It's just, no, the way Rachel said it, it's like, it's too embarrassing.
Well, yeah, she's right. But it is. Going up to people with a microphone and asking them questions is really embarrassing.
That's horrible.
It's really, really
Because no
embarrassing.
one wants to talk to you.
Or they do want to talk to you. The ones that do want to talk to you, you don't want to talk to them because they're a bit freaky.
Well, that's right, too.
You know.
But embarrassing stuff can also equal great radio.
Do you know what? The park is probably
Just look at our
better.
career.
Exactly.
Because, yeah. If you go for someone in the streets, then they're normally running to a job or to the shop, and they don't want to stop and talk.
Yeah,
to
whereas in the park, they're relaxing on their lunch break and don't want to be bothered by anybody with a radio microphone.
Perfect. The park it is, then.
You could do it, Dave.
Do you know, I would love to.
He's got a portaloo that has to be disposed of from his garden.
It's Jane's birthday, and obviously I have
The
secret...
portaloo fun.
I have secret things to do to make her day extra special.
Yeah, but Dave, hang on a second. It is your wife's birthday, but isn't the big thing today you're having the portaloo removed from the garden?
It's been collected in the afternoon.
Right.
But they
got
haven't
it.
specified a time. I think they'll ring when they're on their way.
Fine.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Carrie wants an excuse to talk to the guys up in Scotland.
I think she's got a flight to catch, hasn't she?
Alad, it's you and Matt Fincham.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
So if you're in London today, look out for Alad and Matt Fincham walking around one of the parks in London with a microphone asking ridiculous questions. Brilliant.
Keep rocking and keep knocking, whether you Louboutin it up or Reebok.
You down.
Hi, we're the Beatles from New York City, and this is what we'd like to say.
All right.
When I'm in the UK, don't want to see the Royals. When I'm in the UK, I want to hear Chris Moyles. I want to hear Chris Moyles.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear Chris Moyles. I want to hear Chris Moyles.
There you are. Isn't that it?
Kai with the Beatles.
So we either have that or we have this.
The Chris Moyles Show. International Radio 1.
I kind of like what
I
I've
think
got.
go option B.
Yeah. You know, do we have this?
Hi, we're the Beatles from New York City, and this is what we'd like to say.
When I'm
Or do we have this?
The Chris Moyles Show. National Radio 1.
Recorded at Abbey Road. You know, full brass. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Again, option B.
Yeah, I think so. Right, Dave, time for your tedious link. And then, can we talk about Hole in the Wall, please?
Why, of course you can.
Comedy Dave. Oh, all right. Shut up. So, Dave did Hole in the Wall with Austin Healey. Find out all about it when we do it after Tina's link. We'll talk about Dave in his silver suit.
And I have something to show you all.
Oh, Rachel, I told you, not again, love. Meanwhile, Dave, Jamiroquai, Space Cowboy.
Space Cowboy was released in 1994, the same year that the World Cup was hosted by the United States of America. America was the title of a big hit for Razorlight. Razorlight is fronted by Johnny Burrell, who likes to wear really skinny jeans. Jeans rhymes with beans, which are nice on toast with a bit of hot melted butter. Butter is a dairy product, which means that it has a connection to cows. Cows is also the name of a town on the Isle of Wight and a place that is popular with sailing types. Sailing people tend to wear blue and white striped clothing, like Alad, along with deck shoes. Shoes were a big part of the economy of North Northampton traditionally, which is why its football team, Northampton Town, is nicknamed the Cobblers. Cobblers must get a bad back, I reckon, because they spend a lot of time bent over. Over is normally the last thing you say in a conversation on a walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkies are like CB radios, which are used by the police and truckers in places like New York. And New York is where Seema Kotecha is, obviously. We've just heard from her on the streets talking to the Moyles, and it's also where the Scissor Sisters are from, which links us nicely to the Scissor Sisters and one of their classic Scissor Sisters songs. It's Scissor Sisters and Take Your Mama. Beautiful!
Days tedious, days tedious, days tedious, days tedious, days tedious, days tediously.
Here we go.